Okay, welcome to the MS Rising 6th graders. We're so pleased to have you guys with us today to talk about your questions and all these amazing people talking about their experiences with the first year of middle school. Even though it's a huge jump from the ES to the MS, and we understand how scary that is, you'll probably get used to it, and it'll be super fun, and it'll probably be one of the best years of your years at SFS or just your school years. So let's give it up for the amazing MS team.
Yay. All right. Thank you, Danielle. Boys and girls, look up here. All of these kids have survived 6th grade. Every single one. And I am fully confident that you are going to survive, and not only survive, but thrive in 6th grade. So we're so excited to invite you over next year and have you be part of the middle school. As Danielle said, I'm Mr. Smith. Well, I don't know if she said, but I am Mr. Smith. I'm the middle school principal. Next year will be my 9th year at SFS. I have 3 children. I have a son who graduated from SFS in 2016. He's now a working adult. He's a coach for ultra runners. So he trains people to run these really, really long races. And so that's his job. I have a senior, Elena, and she's graduating this year, and she'll go off to college. And then I have a daughter in kindergarten. So, yeah, a big gap there. But we're so excited. I love SFS. I love middle school, and I can't wait to get to know you. But now I'll introduce Mr. Johnson, our assistant principal.
Good morning, everybody. It's so nice to have all of you here and have all these wonderful people that are going to be sharing with you today. As Mr. Smith said, I'm Mr. Johnson. I'm the middle school assistant principal. My job is to take care of all of you. So whatever it is that you might need, anything that comes up, however I can support all of you, that's my main job. My wife teaches grade 4, Mrs. Johnson, and I have a pre-K 4 and a pre-K 3, Caden and Kaya, running around who have their field day today, and they're super excited about that. But we're just so happy to see all of you here today. We're excited for a few months from now when you'll all be in the middle school, and we can't wait to see you then. I will now introduce Mr. Haran.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. As Mr. Johnson said, my name is Mr. Haran, Chris Haran. I am the MYP coordinator. So that's basically, I'm the middle school version of Mr. Lucchese, okay? And by the way, last week, your all's exhibition was incredible. Okay, very good, yeah. And it's those kinds of things that I'll be working with you and the teachers on all things MYP. So it's very exciting. We're really looking forward to having you guys over at the middle school. I have a couple kids here as well. My daughter Kala is in pre-K 3 with Mr. Johnson's daughter. And Zinnia is not in school yet. She's just 1. So she's just running around at home. And you'll see my wife Julie around next year. She'll be teaching kindergarten. So if you're ever back in this building, you can wave and say hi. So thank you all very much. Looking forward to next year. This is Miss Scott.
Hello, grade 5s. We are so excited that you are here. I'm Miss Scott. I'm the middle school counselor. And actually, this has been my first year at SFS, so I know what it's like to go through big changes, like what you're going to do next year. And I can tell you, the middle school is a really great place to be. I also have 2 kids. One is in 2nd grade, Sydney. He's running around always with a soccer ball. And then Riley, who's in grade 4. Red hair, always running around with a soccer ball. Yeah, you probably have seen them. All right, so I want to let you guys know before all the amazing ambassadors introduce themselves, some things that are coming up in May that you want to pay attention to. On May 17th, we're going to invite you to come join our middle school students and play house team games. So you are going to have a chance to actually start earning points for your house team in May this year, before you're even in grade 6. So that's awesome. Woo! Yes. And then on May 19th, we're going to have you come back, and you are going to have a day in the life of the middle school. And when I say day, I mean like an hour. But we're going to do a tour, play some games. You're going to meet more students. It'll be fun. So we're super excited about that. And then at the start of next year, before the first day of school, you will come back in, you will meet your teachers, you'll get all ready for that first day of school. So we'll make sure you are super prepared. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Allison, and the ambassadors are going to tell you a little bit about themselves.
Hi, my name is Allison, and I'm part of AQT and the Student Leadership Forum. Hi, I'm Avery, and I love playing the violin.
Hi, my name is Kate, and for kayak, I did volleyball.
Hi, my name is Celine, and I did debating.
Hi, I'm Danielle, and I participate in swim kayak.
Hello, my name is Hatsune, and I join a lot of MS volunteering groups.
Hi, my name's John, and I performed in graffiti.
Hello, my name is Bingyo, and I play basketball.
Hello, my name is Ryan Kim, and I like math.
Hello, my name is Ryan Ree, and I like MS. Hello, I'm Sua, and this is my 8th year at SFS. So this is going to be the overall agenda that we'll be explaining to you guys today. Also, at the end of the session, we're going to be doing a Q&A so that we can help you guys understand SFMS more. So you will be separated into 4 classes: fire, water, earth, and sky. For fire and water, you will have Mr. Muntz as your humanities teacher and Miss Tether as your math and science teacher. And for earth and sky, you will have Miss Bigwood as your humanities teacher and Mr. Davis as your your math and science teacher. These won't be your classes for the rest of your middle school experience. Your classes will change between 7th and 8th grade. You will also have perspectives classes, which is drama, art, and Christian studies. And you will also have band or orchestra or choir or music studies and world languages. And you will all have different lunch periods too. Oh, MPE.
So as you know, middle school has a lot more opportunities, and there are a lot more sports programs in it, and there are 3 main sports programs, which are SWEP, Kayak, and MY Select. So I will first explain MY Kayak. So Kayak is technically a British school and middle school type of SWEP that you get selected into. It's not based on your skill, it's just based on how much you want the sport and stuff like that.
So select is more competitive than kayak, and usually you have to have a tryout to get into the team. So it will be harder to get into the select teams, but trying out for select is always like a new opportunity, and I always encourage trying that out. So yeah.
As Ryan says, there is like kayak and MI Select things such as like basketball, volleyball, swimming, and more. And they also include for MY Select, you can get jerseys, but for kayak, you cannot. So, yeah.
Okay, as Mingyo and Ryan Ree said, there are differences between kayak and select. First, kayak, you won't get like any jerseys, and it's more easier to get in. But select, you'll go through like a tryout, and the coaches will choose you.
So I'll be talking about the soccer. As like elementary school, you're going to be divided into boys soccer and girls soccer. There's going to be kayak soccer and select soccer. For kayak, people can join. Everybody can join. Everybody can have a chance. And especially if you're starting to learn soccer, or if you want to start soccer for the first time, this is the place you'll most likely be. For select, as they said, you're going to be going through a tryout to see your skills
and how much you've played soccer and get in, but don't worry, I got into, so yeah. And after you get in, you're going to be doing such fun things like competing with other schools like SIS, YSS, and more. And it's going to be really fun and a great experience.
Okay, so thank you, basketball representatives. Thank you, one soccer representative. But here comes the best sport, swimming. Woo! Okay, so me and Allison will be your swimming representatives for today, and I'll be talking about kayak first. So,
Unlike basketball and soccer, there is no MY Select, and everyone can join the swim team. So whatever level you are, you will be welcomed in the swimming community. And this year, the coach for kayak swimming was Miss Daniels, but unfortunately, she will be leaving next year. Instead, there will be Conrad Francis, so please welcome him when he comes to the SFS community. There will also be high school coaches, so they are extremely nice, but they can be scary at times. So it's okay, guys. You can do it.
So during kayak, there will be inter-squad events, and that means that all the people in kayak will compete against each other, and that'll go on your record. So you still have to try really hard. But again, if you get into All Stars, which is another program where you can go overseas to like other people went to like Thailand once, but before COVID. And inter squad is All Stars is something that you get picked for. So you have to try out, and only 10 girls and 10 boys can go, and you can compete with schools all around the world. Yeah, and yeah, so hopefully next year you guys or everyone will be able to travel to compete in different countries. So yeah, yay.
So I'm going to be talking about the green zones. So these are the green zones in the MS, and the green zones are places that students are able to call safe places for you guys to be in, and these places are always available to you before and after your SWEP kayak or MY Select. And the green zones are the MS atrium, the library, the MS basketball court, the BS basketball court, and playground.
Thanks, Avery, for talking about green zones, but there are also places that are not green zones, including the field basketball courts, and the hallways. These are places that you are not allowed to be before or after SWEP or Select, and you won't necessarily get in trouble for being there, but you'll get a warning and get sent to green zone.
You just get a reminder.
So I will be talking about lockers. So as you can see, the left side is the good example. Oh, sorry, the right side is the good example, and the left side is the bad example. What? Oh. Oh, okay. So the good right side is the good example.
That's your right because you're facing them, but it's opposite.
Yeah, this is my right. So the left side is the good example, and the left side, right side is the bad example. So we recommend you guys to organize your locker. Organizing your locker will help you to remember what to bring for each class, which is very important in middle school. Also, you guys will be able to design your own locker poster at the start of the year. Your locker poster can be about your favorite quotes, your family, and your hobbies. But please do not worry too much about your locker posters because you will be given plenty of time at the start of the year.
So many of you guys had questions about the middle school uniform, which changes unlike elementary school uniform. So me and my peers are just going to be explaining briefly about it. So you have the option of uh, pants, shorts, skirts, and long pants, and these have to be khaki or black as no other colors are available. Also, unlike elementary school, leggings or jeans, they're unavailable, so you can't wear them in PE or so, but you can wear them under in like shorts in winter times and so on. And for shorts and skirts, it has to be mid-thigh or longer, and so no undergarment should be showing, and it has to be bought from the SFS Spirit Shop, and no logo should be shown. So, yes.
So shirts must be solid white or red and collared shirts. For example, polo style, button up, and turtleneck. Shirts may be short or long sleeves and should completely cover the waist. Also, their clothes must not be ripped or frayed.
So as for shoes, shoes have to be mostly black, brown, or white. And you are not allowed to wear flip-flops, Crocs, slippers, high heels, platforms, or wedges, or any shoes like that for safety reasons. And for headwear, such as hats or hoods, they are for outside the buildings only, unless worn for religious purposes. And lastly, for winter wear, such as coats, gloves, or scarves, they can be any color, but you have to put them in your locker or your backpack prior to your classes.
Okay, for PE, middle school students are expected to wear their PE uniforms for PE classes, and also separate pair of athletic shoes can be worn during PE classes. So if you have like a basketball shoes or soccer shoes during PE class, you can wear that. And also like extra questions for uniforms, you can just go and ask your teacher, your physical education teacher or aquatics teachers all about it.
So many students ask like the consequences of not following the dress codes. So don't worry, you're not going to be punished or get in detention for any of that. But you'll be receiving a warning, and sometimes, some occasions, you'll have to go to the middle school office and change into a spare SFS uniform.
My turn?
Yeah.
Can you go next slide? Okay, now these are tips for middle school. So it's how to survive middle school and thrive it.
So the first tip is to check your schedule every morning. In elementary school, you have day 1 to day 6, but in middle school, it's day A to day H. That's
actually changing.
Oh.
You guys don't know that yet.
Anyway, you still should check your schedule every morning so you don't get confused and go to the wrong class. And pretty soon you'll notice some patterns in your schedule that'll make it easier to remember. So just check your schedule every morning.
Two. No.
Two.
Slide 13.
What?
So the second tip that I want to share with you guys is to bring all of your equipment to your classes. Some equipment that you need for your classes is a water bottle, a laptop, a pencil case, your notebook, and your planner. And you have to bring these equipment to your classes because when you're doing your work or your tasks, you want to know which class it's from so you can tick these tasks off once you're done with them. That's why your planner is like really essential when you come to your classes. And yeah, bring your equipment to your classes.
Okay, so I'll be talking about the things that you need to be aware of. So for lunch, I know you guys have like a close friends in 5th grade, but you will be separated, obviously, because of your classes and stuff, you guys are probably going to be separated. If you're not, you're really lucky, but I was. And it was not a good experience at first, but you would think it as a good memory since you'll be more socialized and yeah.
Next, we also recommend joining kayak or SWEP or other optional groups because it will give you more opportunity to explore different topics. And also make sure that you follow the dress code because it will help you once you actually get into middle school.
So we appreciate you all for being here, and we would like to present you a video about what current 6th graders like about middle school. Yeah.
One thing I like about middle school is that you get way more independence, and instead of having the teacher take you to every single class, you get to control what time you get to class and where you go, so it's more independent.
What I like about middle school is the fact that you can choose your own kayak after school schedule because you can choose the sport that you really like and pursue.
I really like the fact that in 6th grade we have Independence Day on H Day.
The thing I like about middle school is the freedom you get.
The thing that I like most about 6th grade is that I get to meet different peers and teachers because there are periods in 6th grade, while in 5th grade there are no periods. So then in 6th grade it's a lot more independent as well since there's more classmates, different teachers, and different classrooms as well. I think the learning environment is a lot more better in 6th grade than 5th grade. Like I said, it's a lot more independent and I think I'm learning a lot more in 6th grade than I am in 5th grade.
6th grade, I like the fact that we can communicate and collaborate with others because in math, there are more chances to collaborate with new people. Like we get to do whiteboard problems in math, which is so fun.
Middle school because you can go to many classes and it's very easy to make friends.
What I really like about middle school is how everybody is so kind. And unlike elementary school, there's just a lot of teachers. For each class, there's one teacher, and they're all very nice. Also, they're also very fun, which is also another reason I like.
I like middle school because there's a lot of new opportunities introduced to you that you can participate in.
What I love about middle school is probably the teachers and how it's very different from elementary because a lot of elementary it's only one teacher, but I like how all the teachers have different personalities and how they teach differently and that it's just really fun and yeah.
One thing I like about middle school is that you get way more. One thing I like about. Okay, so now we'll be answering your questions that we may not have answered in the other slides. So if you have any questions, just raise your hand.
All right. I'll try and get people with the mic. Oh, okay. I think you get your hand up first.
Miss Scott's doing it.
So, do you have to bring the same equipment to every single class?
Well, no, but there are certain things that you have to bring to your classes, like your laptop, because if you don't have your laptop, you can't look at most of your tasks, and that's why your laptop is an essential equipment you have to bring to your classes. So your laptop, yeah, that's essential.
Do you have to join a kayak or the MY selection? Or like SWEP?
It's optional and you don't really have to do it.
Can I add to that though? 90% of students join at least one kayak. So it's a really important part of middle school. So we strongly encourage you to look at the kayak offering because many students join and that's a great way to make friends and also learn new sports skills. Okay, so it is very popular.
About the dress code,
if you don't follow it about 80 times or the whole entire school days and you get so much warnings, what happens if you get that? You just need to keep like changing into your spirit clothes, which is not really like delightful. and and you have to see Mr. Johnson and have a talk, which is yeah.
It won't get to 80 times. It'll be about 3, and then we're going to talk to your parents.
So, like SWEP, do you have to pay for like the what is it? The kayak and like middle year select and stuff?
Yes, there is a fee.
Yeah.
When you sign up, your parents pay it.
Mr. Smith, when you answer, would you mind using the mic so it gets recorded?
Yes.
Thank you.
For the dress code, can we wear like our house shirts if there's a house sports day, like a house day?
Yes, you can wear house colors and house sports days and such. Yeah, but not any other days.
Oh, and also for house composition, let me add to that. You can wear like free dress that's your color, I think. So if you're in Blue House, which is the best house, then then you can wear like blue stuff.
So my shoes kind of have spots of color on them, but they're nearly entirely black. Does it count as black? Can I wear them? Or do I have to wear completely black shoes? Because you can.
So Mr. Johnson and I look at shoes, and we just, again, judge by if it's mostly that color, then they're fine. So yes, those are mostly black, so they're fine. If you're really nervous about the shoes, just ask us, and we'll tell you.
Are there only sport kayaks? Are there other things like ceramics and stuff?
So mostly sports, there's only kayak and select. I mean, you can also sign up for SWAPs after school, but for extracurricular, you can also join the dance team in middle school, and you can also join the musical that's going to be happening next year, and you can join AQT, a debate, literature forum, J-Moon, and all sorts of stuff, and also an ambassador.
Do you have to pick the MY selection or the kayak, or can you do both of them at the same time?
You can. You can select both for like, cause the time being is gonna be different for MY Select and kayak. So yeah.
How many recesses do we have?
One. So you have one snack time, which is about 15 minutes. No, it's 15. It's 15. And you have, shh. And then you have one lunchtime, which is 40 minutes. And you get to eat deli lunch.
How do you become and when do you become an ambassador?
So you sign up with like a form and at the beginning of the year, and you don't like get selected. If you sign up, you can get in, right? And you also put in what ideas you have and what experience you may have. Yeah.
How many kayaks can you choose at a time?
So there'll be a form at the beginning of the year that you get, and there's your first choice, second choice, and third choice. And usually everybody gets their first choice, but then for the second choice, it's based on like 8th grade gets first choice. Like 8th grade, like they get priority, and then 7th grade, and then 6th grade. So you might not get your second choice. But yeah, nobody gets 3 kayaks, right? No, it's only 1 kayak. It's possible, but it's not. Yeah, in 6th grade it's rare.
It's another question about the dress code, but in the winter times, do you still have to wear the PE uniform?
Yeah, but you can purchase sweatpants from the Spirit Shop. They have 2 versions, so you can get any of those.
So I have a question, and my question is, like, how long is the sweat or the my select? And what?
So usually SWEP is from 3:15 to 4 or to 5. It depends on which SWEP you choose, but mostly it's until 4 or so. The late bus leaves at 5, so you're gonna stay after school a bit long.
Do we have a lot of homework?
Maybe you have some, but the teachers mostly don't give us homework, so yeah.
With the green zones, do the teachers tell you where they are so that you know?
In the start of the year, I think they tell you about the green zones, but it's easy to remember because you're gonna stay there mostly for your lunch periods.
Where is recess?
The green zones. Or the cafe. That's all I can think of.
So there's actually 2 answers. For morning break, all the green zones are available, including the cafeteria and cafe to get a snack. But at lunchtime, we're out on the field. You've noticed middle schoolers out on the field, just like where you guys have recess. So lunchtime is different. You eat in the deli, or I call the cafeteria. And then when you're finished, you can go outside and play on the field, in the field area. So it's a little different for lunch than it is at break. So break is green zones, and lunch is on the field.
I have 2 questions. My first question is there house captains in 6th grade?
Starting,
So in middle school, you'll have a house group with 3 8th graders, 3 7th graders, and 3 6th graders usually. And you'll stay in those house groups, what? Oh, for the rest of your middle school year. Like, the 6th graders will change because new 6th graders will come and then the 8th graders will leave. But the people in your grade that you're with, the 2 other people, that'll stay the same for the rest of middle school. Unless they leave and new students come.
My second question is, can we wear gray shoes?
No, gray, I think she said.
Gray shoes.
You can't wear gray shoes. Only black, white, or browns available. No.
Yeah, and then.
So didn't you say that middle school year is about 5 years, but why is there only till like 8th grade?
Oh, okay. So, can I explain this? So, like, MYP is 5 years, and then you go on to IB, which is up to, or DP, which is from 10th grade to 12th grade. So MYP will go on for 5 years, but technically it's 6th to 8th grade, and then you go up to 9th and 10th grade, which is still, that's MYP. And then 11th, 12th is gonna be DP, and then you go off to college. Yay!
I have a question. So basically, in the student ambassadors, are there officers?
No.
Okay.
I didn't really get this clearly. Are there under tees allowed? Under tee?
Yeah, you can wear that.
Yeah, Like undershirts.
It's allowed to wear undershirts. Like if you just wear under it, yeah.
Do we have how many classes do we have in middle school?
7 for a day. Yeah, you have if you have extra curriculum, then you have more.
So your schedule would be separated into 7 columns. So including lunch class, like you have 7 classes.
So, so our basic schedule is 2 classes in the morning, then we have snack recess, and then 1 class, and then music or language or whatever. Well, like most of us, though, it's different. For 4th, 5th, 6th period, all of us have different schedule mostly, because we will have either lunch, word language, or music, and then 7th period, and then you get dismissed, unless you have SWEP or kayak or my select at 3:10.
How long do each of the classes last? It's around an hour, but some are shorter. So like third period class, that's shorter, but second period class, no, first period class is really long. It's like an hour and 10 minutes, and first and second are really, really long, and then third period class is pretty short. It's like an hour.
I'm actually going to interrupt for a sec because the schedule is changing. So, Mr. Smith, did you want to speak to that?
I'll give you the structure, sure. So this is new for them as well. So next year, we're having what's called a school-wide schedule. So currently, elementary and British school have 6 days in your schedule, and the middle school and high school have 8-day schedules. But next year, the whole school will be on a 6-day schedule. Hey, all right. And with the new schedule, so the students up here were talking about differing lengths of class periods. And next year, everything will be evened out. So your first 3 classes will all be 70 minutes long. And then there's a middle of the day rotation that they keep talking about. That's actually going from 40 to 35 minutes. So you'll have 3 35-minute classes in the middle of the day, periods 4, 5, and 6. And then period 7 will also be 70 minutes. So I'll review. 1, 2, and 3, those will be 70-minute classes. 4, 5, and 6 are 35-minute classes. And during that time, you'll have advisory, you'll have lunch, and you'll have music. And then the last class of the day is 70 minutes as well. Okay, so it's changing a little bit from what they know. And so that's the first time they've heard that with you.
So for winter wear, I kind of wanted to add on to someone over there said. So for padding, like when it's really cold in winter, like for padding, can we wear them like if they have logos on them or some sort of
Yeah, you
colors?
can wear paddings. But
Okay, at least that's.
Just outside.
Should I go?
Okay, for paddings, if you can wear outside of the building or outside of school, but when you get into class, you cannot wear them. I mean, you can take them off. Yeah, yeah, and put it in your locker.
Can we wear black sweatpants?
Yes, you can, but it has to be with no logos. So yeah, only PE days.
Is the kayak and MY selection every single day?
No,
It's like twice a week.
twice a week.
But it's like
Yeah.
seasoning, so like you once do it. No, it is basically.
No, you don't season it.
No, it's like there's a season for it, and then we move on, and then we have another season.
Yeah, so there are different seasons, so spring, winter, and No, what?
No, there's no bus or kayak.
And
We have winter, summer, or spring.
winter, summer, and spring, and then there's gonna be 2 per week, and then you're gonna have like a game in sometime during the time span, and yeah.
So we're trying our best to respond to your questions, but things are changing right now, and then you will also get like taught or like told about actual schedule and what's going to happen next year. So don't worry like too much. You will get warned or.
But like just to add on to the schedule question about the kayaks and stuff like that, I know like there's a ton of swimmers here and they're really good. So if you're like thinking to join or something like that, there's gonna be so many competitions. So like good luck with that. But oh no, it's like really fun. It's inter squad. It's really fun. You get to like you don't eat or anything, but like it's fun. You can hang out with friends.
Guys, to add on, first of all, my select and kayak basketball is also really fun. Yeah, guys, it's like definitely better than swimming. And like, you have competitions all around in different schools, so like, yeah.
All right, ambassadors, we have lots of questions, so we got to keep moving here.
I've heard something about prime time, and I just wanted to know a bit more.
Oh, yep. So prime time is a class currently where students do advisory activities, and so our counselor comes in and will do guidance lessons. Teachers will do what we call advisory lessons, and then students will go to the library during that time. They'll go out and do games and things. But prime time is changing, and it's news to them, and it's something even more exciting. It's called advisory. And in prime time right now is every other day. Next year, advisory is every day. So you guys get to be part of the new system next year. So our rising 6th graders, you'll get to experience it when they experience it for the first time.
5th graders, before we continue with our questions, if your question is regarding to schedules or uniforms, put your hands down. We'll address those later. If you have other questions that have not come up, you may keep your hands up.
What happens if you're late for class?
It depends on the teacher, but most teachers make you get a late pass. But sometimes for me, I need to go to the high school for my world languages class. I need to come back to the middle school. So if I run, but if I get late, I never got a late pass, but I think some people get a late pass for being late, yeah.
What is your favorite class, personally?
Oh, like personally, I love LNL. You do a lot of fun things, and you can be really creative. LNL is language and literature, and you can. Yeah, it's like reading and writing. Writer's workshop, note taking.
If you count lunch as a subject, then I really like lunch, but I think other than that, I like orchestra and, like you said, LNL, because LNL is actually really fun because I also like writing.
I like drama because in drama you get to play lots of improv games, but honestly, all the classes are fun. I can't really choose.
I like PE, and I don't have it.
PE and science.
I like those perspective lessons and music because sometimes you get to do flip-flops and choose 2 instead of 1.
I like other classes, but I think I like INS class. It's individuals and societies, and you learn about history, mapping, and all of those stuff.
I would say PE and math, but drama and design is also fun.
I like math and Langlit. Yeah, I say Langlit.
I like science and lunch because I love eating. Like, I mean, who doesn't love eating?
So if you count lunch as a subject, I would say lunch, but in design, you also get to cook and you get to eat stuff. So design is really fun.
I like all the classes. I think they're great, and I think you're going to look forward to them. Who else has a question?
Over here. So what does a late pass do when you get a late pass? Oh, you get it from the MS office.
What does it do?
Oh.
Give it to Allison. Give it to Allison.
No, give it to Avery.
A late pass is like an excuse for being late. Like if you think you're gonna be late, then you can get it from your previous class or from the office. And yeah, and if you don't get a late pass, then you're gonna be marked late in your next class.
It's an excuse for being late.
So, and it just like tells the teacher that you're late, basically.
So, I heard about the ambassador thing. Then, do you make videos to get in? Because in 5th grade, you did that.
It isn't a voting. It's not a voting. So it's like in 5th grade you had like president, and then in 4th grade you would have like class representative, but it's not like that. It's not voting. You submit a form, and then Miss Scott and I think Mr. Johnson, Mr. Smith, and Mr. Hearn all pick who like, and you just get in with this form, but you have to write it. So you don't, and you have to talk about your like the ideas you have. So it's not a video. It's like you just get in.
And the student ambassadors are not like actual leaders. We just kind of help the MS teams and then make some of the events or something like these actually come true and like group up and make MS better place, not actually do a lot of presentations and those actual leader like things. It's more like a group of people who want to change MS in a good way.
And just to add on to that, these guys don't know this yet either, but we are also improving and restructuring the ambassador program. So it'll be even bigger and better next year. Woo!
Is there like detention in like
No.
middle school if you get in trouble?
In my knowledge, there's nobody who's taken detention.
Yeah, so we don't have a formal detention, but from time to time, Mr. Johnson will have students spend extended amounts of time with him for various reasons, but we don't need to get into that right now. Basically, there is no detention. It's not like you get in trouble and someone says, go to detention. That doesn't happen. So, if you've watched a movie or a cartoon where there's detention, we don't have detention. That's like a room that you go to when you've done something wrong. That isn't part of middle school.
How often do you do design and drama?
You do it every other day, but I'm not sure about the new schedule. And also, you have 3 parts of design, so it's like a trimester. I started out with textiles, so you do all the sewing and stuff. The second one, I did digital design, so you use Adobe Illustrator to make your own logos and something digital. And then the third one, which I'm doing right now, is cooking. You make stuff like pizza, granola, and smoothies.
So for next year, it will remain the same. Students will have design every other day for 70 minutes. In terms of perspectives, so perspectives classes, as was mentioned earlier, is drama, art, and Christian studies. You take all 3 of those classes within 1 year. So you'll have 12 weeks of art, you'll have 12 weeks of drama, and you'll have 12 weeks of Christian studies. Okay, so that rotates on a trimester basis throughout the year. When you are in those classes, they're every other day for 70 minutes. But remember, you're taking all 3 within 1 year. So you have 12 weeks of art, and then you switch to another class. You have 12 weeks of Christian studies, and then you switch to another class, and you have 12 weeks of drama. So that's different. Those classes are different than any other class in the middle school.
But don't every teacher answer these kind of question in middle school?
Wait, what?
Yeah, they will do it in the first day of school, and they will answer these questions in the sixth grade orientation.
Yeah, so I wonder
Yeah.
why is people keep asking.
But they might be stricter.
Do we get an influence on who we're with? Like in classes? No. Do you get to choose or influence who we're with?
So you don't get to tell the teachers that you want to be with this person or that person. The teachers just put you in classes that they think you'll fit best in, and yeah.
But for music, and world languages, you will get chance to choose which one you want to choose or you want to learn.
So will we have special events things you didn't do in fifth grade? Will we have special events that are different from fifth grade?
We have house compositions and things like that, but we don't have exhibition.
We have house activity days every month. Oh, and we have field day coming up for us.
And my second question is
Just real quick, because these students have been in middle school during COVID, they haven't actually experienced all of the activities that normally happen during middle school. So we're hopeful next year. We have something called Korea Discovery Days, and that's where we get off site and we do different activities related to our host country of Korea. But these sixth graders have never done that because of COVID. We couldn't do any field trips. So there will be opportunities next year that these students are unaware of that you'll get to experience that they didn't, because hopefully we'll be able to operate more normally next year. Okay, so there are different opportunities. Like I said, Korea Discovery Days. We have our field day. We have house activities. So those are some things to look forward to.
my second question is kind of like a joke question, but can you fail lunch?
I can answer. Well, one way to fail lunch is you have choice for the first time where you can buy whatever you want, but sometimes students have problems managing that. So a way to fail lunch is to use all the money in your account really quickly and have your mom and dad have to replenish it. And that it has become a problem because, something that happens quite frequently is after school, you're with your buddies, you go over to get a snack before your activity, and someone's like, oh yeah, I'll buy everyone ice cream, no problem, because I just touched my finger on there and it's free. But then mom and dad get the bill and you're negative 50,000 won because you've been buying, smoothies and shakes and all these things. So it's just, again, it's not failing, but you have to manage the money that your parents put in your account. And think about, it's not just beep, oh, I get it. All those things cost money. So you're definitely going to want to talk with mom and dad about the budget and what they expect you to spend each day.
All right, everyone. Unfortunately, we are out of time. Our amazing ambassadors need to get to their next class, and you guys have to go back to your classes as well. However, hold on, before you go, we just want to say thank you so much for coming. I know there's still questions that need to be answered, but you will have an opportunity again in May to come back a couple of times. And so hopefully we'll answer more of your questions then. But if we could give a big round of applause to our amazing ambassadors, that would be great. Rising sixth graders, thank you so much for coming. We can't wait to see you again in a couple of weeks. Have a fabulous Wednesday.
All right, guys, you can head to class. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.